Comes from United Black Association for Development Educational Foundation, organizing since 2020, based on a larger initiative, and I could send you the footage for that. Now the initiative is called Stronger Caribbean. It was an initiative out of the University of Bristol, food insecurity at the time of climate change, where people within communities identify a concern, and then we will be given support financially, with research, with technical support. So UEF concern at that time in 2020 was that the people living nearest to the port of Belize Limited, as it relates to the proposed $400 million Belize development for a cargo expansion, cruise tourism village, and the cruise port. So we went in 2021, in 2022, did ads asking people in the community, what do you know about this proposed development? Consistently, the response is, I don't know about it, or I don't know enough to take a position on it. When they had the public consultations, which is where the developer pitches the proposed development to the wider Belize community, and then the Department of the Environment, the National Environmental Appraisal Committee, would then look at that. So the National Environmental Appraisal Committee looked at what was required by law for them to look at when a developer wants to build in a community. Twice they recommended no, they should not get the environmental clearance, which is what a developer would need to develop. The Department of the Environment took the National Environmental Appraisal Committee suggestion or recommendation. Now, once a developer gets a no on an environmental clearance, the law allows a developer to submit to a tribunal to appeal the decision of the Department of the Environment. That's where we are now. This tribunal has never convened before. It's the first time. And if we're looking at the news stories, we'll see that there has been, even up to last night, people would be on that committee, and then they would not be on the committee. And so the Ashcroft Alliance is very active in stating their positions and who the people are on that tribunal. UEF sought some funding, and on behalf of the Belize Federation of Fishers, who, as the letter states, is an umbrella organization that represents over 12 fishing associations in the country, and have a vested interest, because if this development were to go through, it would have an impact on fishers, on their livelihood. So both Lester Mendes, the attorney, are representing these two parties, the Belize Federation of Fishers and some people from the Janosha community who live nearest to the proposed development. And those people are saying they have an interest because they can give or attest to the consultation process while this action was happening. And they, as a community, have concern if this development should go through on the environmental, social, and economical impact it'll have on their community and on those people living in the Janosha community. So a letter was sent to the tribunal saying that these people have an interest in the tribunal. They would like to be added as interested parties, like they would like to be present. And now the law does not say that that can happen or that it cannot happen. And at this point, there's been a preliminary hearing, which was a closed session. They still have to make the rules and regulations of how the tribunal will operate, which is why us sending it on the 3rd, which is when the tribunal met for the first time, my understanding based on a Channel 7 news story, it did not have a full meeting on the 3rd. And so the timing was right for us, before the rules are set for how this tribunal will operate, to let them know that there are two interested parties, and these two interested parties stand to be directly impacted if this development is given the approval for the environmental clearance. This is also something that impacts the wider Belizean community. So Belizeans ought to be paying attention at home and abroad, because it's so important for Belize just ratify the Escazú Agreement, which is about people participation active involvement in policy making decision, having access to information in real time, and if there's an injustice, that there is a remedy, that there are actions for justice to be served. And so it's from that perspective, the importance of community voices being heard is where that letter originated.